The third issue we see is the issue of sequential or consecutive claims made coverage. If a claim was made in one policy period but was not reported until the next policy period. In this case, most insureds may argue, well, if I have no gap in coverage, why isn't there coverage for the claim? And the answer is that each policy stands on its own. This unique issue has been around since the early 80s, and virtually every court that has addressed it has found that each policy stands on its own, and if the policies require that the claim be made against the insured during the policy period and reported during the policy period, that policy language will be enforced. Now, the last issue is, again, one of those issues that is most courts find this way type of issue. And that's where you have a condition in the policy, which is in virtually every insurance policy, that if a suit is filed or a claim is made against the insured must notify the insurer as soon as practicable or as soon as possible. And this issue arises, or the argument is made, where an insured has reported the claim too late to its insurance company. And so the argument is, well, if the policy says on page 11 or page 13 that I have to report it as soon as practicable, isn't that different from what's said on the first page that says I must report it during the policy period? And because the two instructions are different, are they ambiguous, or does the as soon as possible language somehow negate the reporting requirement? Again, this is an issue that most courts refuse to find the ambiguity. The courts understand that the two requirements have two different purposes. So, for example, if the policy runs from January to January and the claim is made against the insured in early January, the insured can't wait until the end of December to report the claim, because by then it may be difficult to defend against the claim. So we resort to the traditional rule that the insurer has to prove prejudice in order to deny coverage. So that's why the insured must, in that instance, report the claim as soon as practicable to allow the insurer to go in and defend the insured. And it does not negate the reporting requirement, which is a threshold element of coverage. So in most states, you have a prejudice requirement for the as soon as practicable condition, but there is no prejudice requirement for the insuring agreement.